now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters, treasure hunters. It is Thursday, a terrific Thursday. I know that's Tuesday. We've got to come up with something for Thursday here. You know, something other than terrific. Well, it's not bad to have two terrific days during the week, is it? Man, how time flies. Nothing like a short week to really get to the end. And thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely love being here with you. And for everyone listening on the radio, thanks so much. We do appreciate that very, very much. If you're listening to the archive show up in New Hampshire, hopefully you're off to a great day, having a great afternoon. And for everybody else that's listening to us on TFNN, TigerTV, you know, thanks for doing that. If you're not yet if you're not listening to us on your mobile device, meaning, you know, an iPhone, an iPad, just go to the front page at TFNN.com. You can catch our new live streaming video. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see a little area where you just tap on that and install the bookmark on your system. You'll be able to hit that on your Google device, your iPad, your Android device, whatever it might be, actually be able to see this show live. Want you to do that because learning is so visual and audio. You combine those two and you really have the power. And I want to be able to show you. I'm going to teach you something. I absolutely am always going to teach you something each and every day. You know, we take a look at the markets, with regard to the markets, where we're at today. Right now, what I've got on my screen actually is a picture of the euro. And, you know, we'll come back and explain to you why it's doing what it's doing. It's really hitting the exact target areas. When you learn to understand how the world actually contracts and expands, you do it in your life as well. Right now, all the euro is doing is hitting the expansion, the 1.272 expansion of a Gartley sell pattern that completed up here. We'll see how it handles that area. That's the 1.272 area right now. It's hit that area, has rejected it. We'll see what goes on right now. Our Dow futures are down about 47, S&P down about 6 or so, NASDAQ off about 7. You know, quickly around the world, the DAX is down 8 points, really not too bad. FTSE down 29. In Asia last night, you had the Hang Seng up 86 points, Shanghai down 21, Nikkei down 71, King Dollar up 70 ticks right now, 70 ticks. You got King Dollar is strong, not going away. But we know, so in the markets, what's going on right now is just normal behavior, and we'll certainly cover that. And, you know, one of the things that we started talking about yesterday as we've now entered 2012 is I'm going to continue to take you through a step-by-step process each day. Usually during this morning segment, the changes will be when there's some kind of craziness going on in the market, something other than normal breathing patterns. And then what I'll do is help you understand where the markets are going and why, and maybe what type of reaction you should have, what you should do, what you should plan for. But before, and talk about planning, that's really what this is really all about here, is how we take a step-by-step process. And got a lot of great emails on what I started to really cover yesterday. So I'm going to cover a little bit of that and make sure that, you know, you take some notes, if you will. You know, get out your pad of paper you want, or pull up a spreadsheet if you're by your computer or your iPad or something like that, just simply so that you can jot down some notes. Now, you can always watch the archive of this show. You can catch that on Channel 14, so you can replay it. And just really, really important stuff, in my opinion, because it is all about planning. You know, and not planning to, it's about a planning to be able to create, you know, a little bit of fireworks inside your system, a little wick, if you will, so that you can continue to move your life forward from where it is that you are right now to where it is that you want to be. And it doesn't matter how great life might be for you right now. We're always looking for another gear, another level, you know, as they say. And if you're not happy where your life is at, though, you're definitely tuned in to the right place. And one of the things that we started talking about yesterday was really the power of questions. Your whole life and everything that you do is so directed by the questions that go on in your mind. Now, most people don't realize just how impactful the power of questions are. And when I say that, what I also want you to understand is that when you take a look at questions, if you have a lousy question, what are you going to get? What are you going to get? That's right. You're going to get a lousy answer. I promise you, if you have a lousy question for your life, whether it's your health, your wealth, your relationships, whatever it is, I promise you, you'll get a lousy answer. Well, that being the case, why would you then have a lousy question? Well, what would be a lousy question? I think the most common lousy question out there is, what's wrong with me? The second most common question is, you know, why won't I be loved? Those two questions, when you can change those questions. And, you know, it's just like trading. When there's a buyer, there's a seller. I promise you. And when you're in a liquid market, which you are in a liquid market when it comes to your life, when it comes to your decision-making process, you know, there's a buyer, there's a seller. And so for every bad question, there's just the opposite, which is a good question. And so with regard to our strong army of ants out there, instead of saying what's wrong with me, it's what's right with you. Start to shift your focus, because where you focus is where it is that you direct your life. And so I want you to have a life full of great questions, absolutely outstanding questions, because when you can do that, folks, you will change your world, you will change your life, you will change the people that are in your world. Remember, I was talking about really life's blueprint and how important it is to understand that it's really our blueprint, our wiring system, for most of us, is really based upon our first 8 years of life. And so for those of you out there, think about your children. Sometimes you wonder, you know, in order to be able to change your questions, you have to really have strong reasons why. Well, some of those reasons could be, you know, are the actions that you're taking, are the outcomes that you're receiving, is that what it is that you want in life? Well, if it's not, and you want to be able to make change, you want to be able to effectuate change in you or change in others, reasons are so important. In fact, reasons are the number one most important reason why you will make change. Reasons come first. Actions, we can figure out all the actions why. So if you want to make some change and you know what outcomes it is that you want, then what I really want you to be able to focus on are what are the reasons why. Because if you have strong reasons why you want to do something, you will then have the passion so that you can go ahead and you'll understand your potential, you'll take action, and you will start to change your belief system because of the results that you're getting. So yesterday we were talking about the importance of really this. I'm going to pop this up on the screen so you're going to be able to see that. You know, and this is really the theme. This is really the outcome for me when it comes to the end of 2012 or 2000, as we're entering 2013, maybe it's sooner. What I want is I want each of you to be able to take a look at this and be able to have real clarity to understand why it is that you do what you do. And this really is, as I say, this is the absolute holy grail on why you do what you do. But we're not going to spend time there because it's about building a roadmap, a pathway, if you will, to be able to get you there. And it's so important to simply understand, you know, your state of mind. So you have to have strong reasons why. But what I want to really focus on here, because, you know, time just simply flies by so quickly, is what I want you to be able to do is I want you to create 2 or 3, preferably 3 life's purpose statements, if you will. One dealing with your finances, your wealth, if you will. One dealing with your health. One dealing with your relationships. And this show here, we're going to primarily focus really on the wealth aspects of it. And what I want you to write down is I want you to write this down. I want you to make sure that you've got a life purpose statement. And I want you to create some strong reasons why. Why is it that you want your life to be like this? We'll fill in the blanks with regard to all the actions that you need to take. But you need to have this. You need this. And this is really the small aspect of being able to get from where you are today to where it is that you want to go. So you need to write down the purpose of my life is to be a what? In my case here, you know, when I wrote down in 2008, and when I tell you I love doing what I'm doing, and this is my favorite time of the day, you know the reason why? The reason why is because I wrote down back in 2008, I changed what my life's purpose was. All of us, as we grow in life, will change the purpose of your life. That just simply happens. In 2008, I wrote that down. I'm telling you right now, I'm living what it is that I wrote down. You can see it, you know, because my life's purpose was to be a courageous leader. That meant, and from my standpoint, with regard to the markets or what have it, was to have the courage, the conviction, to be able to see what I see and change it in a heartbeat by not being so tucked into whatever it was that led me there in the first place, or being a courageous leader for many other reasons. But it was also to be a courageous leader and an outstanding teacher of amazing tools. Well, in this case here, what's the purpose of your life? And what will that create? For me, it was about creating massive change and incredible wealth and a life of fulfillment and happiness for myself and for others, for everyone that was in my world. Well, you're in my world, folks, and that is so jazzed up. You know, when you're doing something for others, at first it was for myself and my friends and family. You can hear that by just simply Googling TFNN, and you'll see my little video come up. You'll hear me use those exact words back in 2006. So even in 2006, I was visualizing what it is that I wanted to be able to create. That's how it works. That's how you start to create momentum, and you need to be able to have this. You need to be able to understand what is your mission. And you need to have strong reasons why, but you've got to be able to change your question. You know, my question was really, how can I help others? Back in 2006, it was about helping others. Then it became, how can I really help others? And now I know from the emails, I know from the conversations that we have that I'm absolutely doing that. And so I want you to make sure that you focus in on this statement. Okay? And the reason why I want you to be able to understand that questions are so empowering. You know, I have created a new question in my life. It was really, quite frankly, modeled after Bill Gates. So maybe during today's show, we'll talk about that important part of the questions. Folks, I absolutely do love being here with you. Thanks for joining me. We'll be back in just a few.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedy's and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@tfnn.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's steve@tfnn.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Right now, you got the futures still with some pressure because of this old Euro chart that we've got up on the screen here. You've got the Dow's down about 48. S&P is down about 6 right now. And what you'll see, I said my mission, my purpose in life was to be, an outstanding teacher of just simply amazing tools, folks. Well, one of the amazing tools when it comes to managing the game of money, if you will, because it's always important to understand what business you're in. And when it comes to investing, when it comes to trading, you're in the money business. And it is a business. When you make that little shift and you treat it like a business, an absolute business, you will be amazed at the type of results that you can get. And oftentimes, people don't do that. So we're going to do that here. One of the amazing tools is just simply understanding expansions and contractions between swing points. So if you wanted to understand when the euro broke this hammer candle, this is the daily chart of the euro. If you listen in on the shows, you know how I've pointed out the importance of the December 29th trading period for the euro, how we came down. We tested the bottom of the January 10th area on a daily chart where we were making a move of a move, a 100% move of a move. We tested that with this important, powerful, bullish hammer candle that we had here. We broke through that this morning. When you break through that, if you wanted to identify where was the euro likely to trade to, well, I would tell you it's likely going to trade to the 1.272 of the expansion of a swing low to swing high. Well, the swing low came in on December the 29th. That low there was out at the 1.28571. The high that we had was when we came back from that wonderful New Year's vacation to incredible fireworks that were going on in the marketplace in the euro, especially it got up to a high of 137.58. If you took your expansion and contraction Fibonacci ruler, if you will, to that, and went from low to high, what you would do is you would get a 1.272 expansion that would come right in at 1.27978, something like that, right down here. It's so small and it's so far away, I can't even read it. I can read it pretty close. Where did the euro actually trade to right now this morning? Well, where that traded to was down to a low of 1.27956. Pretty amazing. You can see how it touched that area here. Now, it's still coming down hard, but that's the first area where you would expect to see a rejection. If this area fails here, folks, let's see, where would the euro likely trade to? Well, that next area for us is that 1.618 expansion, right? So 1.272 fails. I need to go ahead and let me change the... It's right down here in this area here at 127, looks like 219, somewhere right around there. So what else do we have there? If we just simply take our formation tool, our A to B, we'll take a look at the small A to B equals C to D. We're going to end up right around that same place, folks. So you're going to have two patterns. That's if the euro fails to hold here. Let's go ahead and see where that AB equals CD. And you can see how that AB, CD area comes right in here, right in at that area where you've got a 1.618. What else would you have there? Well, folks, what you would have there is likely a butterfly buy. That butterfly buy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create that pattern for you. How about that? Almost looks like a 3 drive, more of a 3 drive to a bottom pattern happening down in there. And so that's what that would look like. And so it's so important, folks, for you to be able to utilize these tools in your trading. If we were taking a look, what I had up on the screen before was really just a follow-up to yesterday's chart. That was the 30-minute chart that we had up on the screen. And let's go ahead and put that up here, and then we'll go to our first caller on the line. And you can see how right now in the 30-minute chart, so we're taking a look at an intraday just to get a better feel for how we're coming down and we're hitting that expansion area. And, right now it's kind of a draw, if you will. It's this little doji candle. It's that line in the sand, and this 30-minute session here is going to close out in 2 minutes. But let's go to Tony in Massachusetts. Tony, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing?
Hi, Steve. Not bad.
That's great. How was your holiday?
Pretty good.
Have you recovered?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it. You wanted to take a look at the SQQQ. Tell me what you're doing, what you'd like to do.
Well, I've been tempted to buy it here, but I've been following the lunar thing, and with the new moon, I thought we would be going down, but it seems like it's switched.
Well, I don't know if it's switched or not. We're coming into a full moon cycle, which is going to be on Monday. So we have 2 more trading sessions, going in there. And so with regard to the next cycle, some of these cycles don't work. It works about 80% of the time, so. But Tony, do me a favor, hang on, and when we come back from break, we'll see how these markets are going to open, how they're going to pop, whether they're going to. Well, they're not going to pop. We know that. But we'll be right back, folks, and we'll be back with Tony as well.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. You've got the Dow down 63 right now. S&P's down 6. The composite down about 3. Small caps down 5. NDX is green, up a point. You got the New York Stock Exchange down 65. And on the NDX, you've got in the top 10, you got Apple up $1.37. Microsoft, which has had some real nice volume over the last 2 days, up about 8 cents right now. Oracle up 35. Intel up 8 cents on the way down. Oh, you got Amgen up 33 cents as well. On the way down, you've got Google down about almost $6. Cisco is flat. Amazon down a couple bucks, and Comcast also flat. Let's go back to Tony in Mass. Tony, thanks for holding on. I appreciate that. So, you know, you're playing the lunar strategy. Are you playing just new moons and full moons, or tell me what you're doing with the lunar?
New moons, I guess.
Yeah, just new moons. You're only playing just new moons?
Right.
Okay. So, you know, new moons, you know, the next new moon, I don't believe, comes until like the 31st of January. Can't quote me on the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it's right around the 31st. So, you know, what I do have up on my screen is really the 6 different phases right now that have worked real well at identifying trend changes or short-term trend changes. And when we did come back from New Year's, we had that explosion, if you will, those fireworks. We did have a first quarter moon and an apogee, which is 2 of the 6 lunar cycles. In addition, you've got the new moon, full moon, and then you have perigee and the third quarter moon. And right now you can see how when we came back, what that has done is that has created a high. And depending on how today trades out right now, it could mean that we're moving down into the full moon. And then from there, full moon would likely be a buy, and you would go ahead and you would move up into the next new moon going into January 31st. So hopefully that helps you out.
So you think on the full moon we're going to go higher?
Well, you know, are you watching us on Tiger TV?
No.
You're not? Okay. So what I would do is I would go back to the archive of this show and watch it on TigerTV, because you can take a look at the chart that we had up on the screen, and real helpful for you to understand how the, especially here, this is going back right now, just what I'm showing up on the screen, back to October of last year of 2010, and it'll help you to understand, you know, how the full moons, the third quarter, first quarter, how they've all been acting. So it's not, you can't just play just one aspect of. You can do anything that you'd like, but I think it's important to understand how the markets have been, how they have been behaving to these 6 lunar phases, if you will. Okay.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hey, thanks for. Channel 14. It'll be archived on Channel 14.
Right. SQQQ would not be a buy here.
No, I wouldn't buy, because if the market is really moving down into Friday, my take is not that it will move down from today into the next new moon cycle. You know, that wouldn't be my take on it. Not based on this chart, not based on what I know. So that's why I say, go take a look at the archive show. This will be on Channel 14 sometime later on today. And even this chart I might have even had this chart, quite frankly, in yesterday's archive. So if you watch that, you might be able to see that as well. Alrighty?
Okay.
Hey, thanks for calling, Tony. Have a great day. Stay warm up there. It's got to be cold up there, because, folks, it has been freezing. Absolutely freezing. I mean, we've been at that 32 level And, early this morning it was, 40 degrees or below, not below 40 degrees or 39, whatever it was. But absolutely freezing. Not used to that. I have my gloves on, my earmuffs on, waiting for my car, if you will, to warm up on the drive-in early this morning. And so now let's continue going around the world here. Let's take a look at, wow, time flies. So if we go around the world here real quickly, what we'll see the DAX here. Now the DAX, folks, all that the DAX has done is gone back and closed the gap from January 2nd. So, and it's rejected that area, suggesting that we should see higher prices. The Euro's got to help us out. We'll be right back, folks.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be at the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedys and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@tfnn.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's steve@tfnn.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, I just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted that was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Right now you've got the Dow down about 92 points, S&P's off 9, composite down 7. Small caps are down about 6. The NDX has gone red, down 4 points. Still got Apple positive, Microsoft, Oracle, Intel. And before we were going to break, we were taking a quick look at the DAX out here. So that's what you've got on my screen right now. What you can see the DAX has done, yesterday in yesterday's trading, what the DAX did was it tested the breakout area, the top or the bottom of the breakout candle from January 3rd. Low on that was 61.08. Closed, tested that, closed back inside that range. Today what it's done, in overnight trading, if you will, trading this morning, all it's done is it has closed the gap that it's created from January 2nd. Now, remember the euro here, if you really want to take a look at the euro the euro was trading on January 2nd on Monday when all of us were either watching football or just still recovering from the weekend, and he had a real strong move. He had a 175-point move in the DAX, and so if you're taking a look at our markets, you wouldn't even see this. This would be a huge gap up there. If we take a look around the world, see what else is going on, let's look at the FTSE out here. The FTSE is trading right now, whereas the FTSE is down about 45 points. And if we take a look at the FTSE, see what the FTSE is doing here. The FTSE still looks like, to me, what it wants to do is it wants to create this butterfly pattern that would take it all the way up here. That's an A to B equals C to D. Would get you right up here in this, about 5,800 area or so. I don't have the volumes on these, so I can't tell, how these things are coming down, if you will. But the pattern that's still in effect on the FTSE, and this would really, kind of conform to, even if the market does pull down into Friday, depending on how deep it would go, this pattern would still be in place if you would be buying the full moon, if you will. And if we take a look at, let's see what else, we'll go around to the Nikkei. We take a look at the Nikkei, see how that was trading here. Nikkei gap down. Now, the problem here with the Nikkei gap down, as you can see, closed out at 84.88. But instead, let's go take a look at the yen, because the yen actually is showing some weakness, which is kind of unusual. So the yen, if we take a look at what's going on from a currency standpoint, you can see that the yen here, let's punch this up on the screen, you can see that the yen, and the way that this thing has been trading, all that the yen did really over the last couple sessions was it just simply made this 100% move of a move, where we moved down here from November 18th, the low was 76.56, traded all the way up to this session here on November the 29th, got up to a high of 78.27. You can see how it pulled all the way back down to this area here. And when it was pulling down, and as you're taking a look at this chart, it is showing strength in the yen. What has it done right now? It's rejected that area here. And so you're seeing some weakness in the yen. That would put strength in the dollar. Because remember, the U.S. dollar index is a basket of currencies. Let's go take a look at the pound, see what the pound is doing. I know the pound is pulling right back to the 0.618 area. If we take a look at the distance from its last move down to its last move up, let's go ahead and blow this up on the screen here. And you can see you'd be taking a look at the December 29th low on the pound at 1.536, all the way up to the high that it made here on the 3rd of January, got up to a high of 1.5668. If we take our retracement ruler from bottom to the top, you can see that it hit the 0.618. Now, it's come down here with a wide-ranging bar, but that 0.618 area, should hold. And it's really just a normal retracement. You got the Dow is down, 108 right now. So you've got the pound. It won't do it, necessarily in a heartbeat. If we just change this chart over to a 30-minute time frame, we take a look at a 30-minute time frame. And what we can see here is you can also see you've got this expansion. Look at this. You got this expansion between this swing point low here that was made during January the 4th all the way down to where we know we had a 0.618 retracement. You can also see that here. So you've got a 2.618 expansion, and you typically, that's that is another Fibonacci number, expansion number. We don't talk about it too often, but I do like to see that coming together with in a 0.618 area. You can see here you have a 0.786 retracement. Again, we're just on a 30-minute chart right now. You'd want to see, before you place this trade, you'd want to dig down a little bit further and deeper and watch for some type of reversal, a candle pattern or what have you. But it looks to me like the work to the downside may be done on the pound at the moment. If we continue, and let's go take a look on the daily chart here, of the euro, see where the euro is at, the euro U.S. dollar. That's the 30-minute. Here we go on the daily chart. And the euro U.S. dollar on the daily chart, again, doing nothing more than right now just dealing with that 1.272 expansion area. Let's go take a look at some of the ETF indexes out here. Let's take a look at the diamonds, see what the diamonds are doing. Right now you've got the diamonds are trading down $1.16 out at 122.80. And that will pop up here on the screen momentarily. And let's take a look at the diamonds. The diamonds look to just simply like the DAX. Looks like the diamonds right now are just simply trying to fill the gap. The top of that gap on the diamonds would be 122.63. You're trading out at 122.82 at the moment. Volume, because we just have really had 18 minutes worth of trading. You've done 628,000 shares. Let's continue taking a look around. And what it looks to me, quite frankly, like what the diamonds want to do, you're taking a look at a pattern out here. We were looking at the pattern on the FTSE. It looks to me like the diamonds want to trade all the way up into this 125.84 area. That would complete some beautiful sacred geometry. You'd have about a 1.272 expansion off of the October 27th high. You would also have a 1.618 expansion off of the December 7th area. And the real range for the diamonds to trade in, your A to B equals C to D. Your A point is right down here on November 25th. B point right up here at the swing point of December 7th. You've got your C point right down here on December 19th. Your A to B equals C to D would finish out at 127.07. So I'd be looking at that range of 126 to 127 on the diamonds. If we continue taking a look at the ETF structures out there, give me a moment here to pull this up on the screen. You've got the, I guess I deleted one. You've got the small caps. The small caps, the IWM, they're trading down right now 91 cents. Now, the small caps yesterday closed that gap. You're trading, small caps are absolutely showing some weakness out there, folks. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing. But what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while actually reducing your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns, making missed opportunities a thing of the past. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the fourth quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York Stock Exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. And definitely stay tuned today. Following this show yet, Tom and I doing the Money Masters show. It's absolutely a fantastic, wonderful Thursday, because then after that show, we've got from 11 to 12, we've got Kate Stalter, who is new to TFNN, and absolutely a great addition. She's doing the small cap roundup. Then we got Larry Pesavento doing the Futures Hour today, and Ken Shreve from 3 to 4, the warm-up band for Tom. And we do need some warming up here in Florida, and then Tom taking it home from 4 to 6. Now, in the first segment of today's show, I was talking to you about the power of questions, just how important it is for you to make sure that the questions that you have in your life, and folks, you have them. When you wake, when you're sleeping, certainly when you wake, you start asking yourself questions. And you want to make sure that you've got empowering, positive, powerful questions, not what's wrong with you, what's right with you. Because there is so much, I guarantee you, there is so much, no matter how things might be going in your life, there is so much right with you, and you want to be able to focus on that. I mentioned the power of questions, and I mentioned I've got the Microsoft chart up on my screen here, and I talked to you about Bill Gates. You know, Bill Gates didn't write MS-DOS. He bought it. He bought it for $50,000. And, you know, Bill Gates has got a fabulous story, but what really changed Bill Gates' life was the question that he asked himself. And he had to change his question. He had to step back and take a look at what business not only was he in, but what business did he want to be in. Yeah, he was a software guy. He was, you know, he had those smarts. He spent 10,000 hours, you know, in the labs. You know, I talk about the power of 10,000 hours, how important that is to you. But what really changed Bill Gates' life was when he changed the question. And you see, when he changed his question, it totally changed his focus in life. And that's why I want you to be able to change your question. I will tell you that I model my questions after Bill Gates. You see, Bill Gates' question, when he's made a total shift in Microsoft, was when he changed his question to, how is it that he could become the intelligence that ran all of the computers, that ran the computers in the world, the intelligence of the software that ran all of the computers. When he made that the focus of his life, that question, when he woke each day, it was simply, how could he do that? How could he be the intelligence behind all those computers? When you take a look at the market share that Microsoft has, you know, on all of the computers, this is not to take away at all from anything from Apple and so forth. But when you take a look at computer companies versus device companies, you know, iPads and iPhones and iPods and so forth, but just actual computers, you know, that is why Microsoft became what it became, because of an important question. So you think of the most important, powerful question that you could create in your life to be able to change your direction, because it will change your focus. For me, it's all about how can I be the intelligence, or how can I create the intelligence to help people accumulate wealth, be able to have financial freedom. For me, that's what this show is all about, what the radio is all about, what my newsletter is all about. It's all about, that's what drives me. So when I wake up in the morning, I know what my mission is. I know what I'm going to do. And I talk about being able to model successful people. That's what pathways, to wealth is all about. If you haven't gotten that newsletter, just go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfn.com. I will send that to you. And it's so important to be able, it's so much easier. As opposed to just, using trial and error. It's so much easier to model successful people. So Bill Gates is absolutely one of the people that I model. If you take a look at the logo, that I pop up on the screen, everything that I've created is modeled around being able to create that intelligence for financial freedom, folks. So thanks so much for being here. You can see Microsoft last 2 days has had some nice volume in it. It is going ahead and it's attacking the September 20th area. Looks to me like it wants to bust through there, folks. And stay tuned. Tom and I will be up in about 8 minutes. Thanks for joining me. Have a great morning. See you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Take care.